Hello there, guys. Just let a couple of you come on. Let the things come on before I regurgitate my conversation. Hope you've got your coffees and your fags or whatever you do while you're sitting there for an hour chatting with me. So anyway, today, and from today's point, you're all going to be called my tribe and our tribe. And that is because I've been listening to a live from Till Swan. She did, I think she did today. And she doesn't usually put a video out other than on a Saturday. She always puts her videos out on Saturdays. And most people that do what I do put out their videos on Saturdays. But I'm diarying, obviously, leading up to putting everything together and stuff like that. So, but she was talking about when she first decided as a coach to create a platform to enable people to be independent for themselves, and what it then did. She then offered a place for people to come together to be able to help each other, and then she sort of allowed people further into her inner support, and she built like a community of people that come along and healed and blah 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 blah. And she put out on a video today, and I was going to put it up, but I've been told by CrackBook that if I have another more thing on my illegal activities that they will shut my page down. So I'm not going to actually play what she said. I'll post out the video after and also down here. And she was talking about the tribe that had formed and about connection and loneliness and isolation, and a group of people that had come together that were all like the black sheep, so to say, or coloured sheep or whatever like that, but it built a network. So from today, it's called tribe. And the reason you're called tribe is because everybody feels the need to be part of something. So you're going to be part of the Step Up tribe, not necessarily Step Up, but just Step Up, because obviously you're all from different countries. So please do comment and post where you're from, how I know you, and just write in the comments. And then also in a minute, I'm just going to go off. I'm just going to have a look who's here, and I'm going to go off in a minute. And then I've got a question for you. And then I've had quite a few people messaging me who are wanting to have quite a bit of time to go through the cases and ask questions and stuff like that, which is really difficult for me to do, because the only time that I get to do any internet stuff is literally when the boys are asleep. And Elijah doesn't go to sleep now. It's easier that we've got the two laptops, because I can still work on the laptop if Elijah's up and on the laptop, but he wants a lot of my attention when Shiloh's asleep, with him being up, or he's going to sleep later. And then at night time, because their dad's been visiting, they're out of sync, so they've gone to sleep tonight. So I'm here for 9 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to try to be here for 9. So then at 10, it means I can shut down my evening rather than getting built up watching videos and then being up till stupid o'clock in the morning, because I'm trying to reverse my body clock for obviously preparing for going off to Spain after all the paperwork has been submitted and then coming back. So yeah, so I don't really have the sort of time to be on the phone and watching the boys in the flat. If I was in a house, it would be different. If the boys are out in the garden, I could sit in the garden and the boys could just play, then I could easily take phone calls. But because I'm in a 1-bedroom flat, it's chaos in here if you take your eyes off of my two boys, because I have Shiloh, who is a bloody skateboard sensation and free running and jumping and BMXing and all of this sort of stuff. So he thinks he can leap his skateboard off of the bed. So I'm sort of always running around after him, because he can also get up on the kitchen side and turn the kettle off. So I've always got to make sure, remember, things are unplugged and stuff like that. He's absolutely mayhem. He is amazing, but he is mayhem. If he can find his way into it, he will find his way into it. If he can test it, he will test it. If he can trial it, he will trial it. If he can push the boundary, he'll push the boundary. And he thinks it's very funny. So he's 2 in November, but we're going to be spending a lot of time down at the skateboard park, getting back into my normal life and more what I started my stuff for with Aaron and Faith, which wasn't about all this other stuff. It was just the fact that we were skateboarding, BMXing, extreming, parachute jumping, bloody whatever, family, music, dance, art, and we were literally traveling around the places, going to churches and museums and things like that as well. But it was just literally traveling around. But the problem is, it was a life that was coming down from Success Resources and the Coaching Academy and people who were living like what's called the laptop life. And then it changed over to a lot of people obviously doing Amazon sales and things like that, but traveling around the world doing what's called affiliate link marketing and JV partnership and oh shit, totally different headspace. And the main one was it's to do with like eBay and stuff like that, where you drop shipping. But also if you basically you have your time or resources or products. So Shiloh will have his own products. Elijah will, Dean will, I will. I basically told Dean, do you want to stand and protect your single life, or do you want to stand and protect your family? He's decided to stand and protect his family, so we're getting all his music stuff coming back, but we've moved his music stuff and his DJ stuff goodness knows how many times now, so fuck knows how this is all going to go. As you know, Dean has not been paranoid. We have been under surveillance, we have been under things, but it's been from the taxation office and Department of Working Pensions. So when Dean and I have been arguing because he says that a car has been parked outside or somebody has been sitting outside, every time Dean has been here to see the boys, we've ended up rowing because I then say, Dean, do you not think maybe, you're a little bit paranoid? And he then says, but look, it could be what you're involved in, it could be what he's involved in, it could be anything. But I thought it was all over because if it's the DWP, it's now all over. But apparently that is not the case. So we shall see how that all plans out anyway. But he has been in London. I'm hoping there's a couple of graffiti pieces up. And oh shit, what's happened to Martin Partland? Oh fuck, has holy fuck. Hang on. Oh, I don't know. I think it's one of those doodah things. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I thought something had happened to. Have I just lost you guys there? Because I've lost. No, you're still there. Just had something flash up. It says it's from the mirror, but I need to double check it because I think it's one of those crypto things. So I'll have a look. But anyway, I've got a question for you guys because I'm not going to stay on talking and waffling. I'm going to give you a chance to just ask a couple of questions. I have in my pocket. This is my question to you. 2 monster trucks, right? They're both identical monster trucks. Oh, found my hair bubble at last. One belongs to Shiloh and one belongs to Elijah. I am having a problem with 2 per se children who want to learn ownership and possession of things and sharing and owner and possession of other things, less taking, and also in shops that things have to exchange money and you cannot just pick things up and have things or hide them in my buggy or sneak them in the bag so you can get them home. And unfortunately, these 2 were. Now, we also have another problem that my 2 boys fight over things. And Shiloh has scratches and bruises over him, and Elijah has a scratch here, scratch on his chest and a bite mark on his shoulder, and Shiloh now has a thing on his eye from jumping off of straight onto his bloody skateboard. But here's the choice that he's made. I've spoken to the health visitor about it. But with these things, okay, Elijah wants both. Shiloh quite happy to just have his. This goes on all day because Elijah wants both of them. So how do we resolve this other than making sure there are way many of these so they don't have to argue over them? And then the sort of mainframe question is, should everybody in the world all have their needs met on basic principles, and should we all just have equal to each other? Or should somebody have lots while somebody has nothing? Or should we have completely full pot so everybody can have whatever it is that they need and want? And should we have to pay for things? And should we have to pay for the tax that we pay? Should we pay tithing? Should we exchange our time to build these per se things if we want them? I mean, how many people actually want a real monster truck? That'd be really cool. I'd love to drive a monster truck. It'd be fantastic, especially over a car and jump over it. That'd be fucking wicked. But people do want a car transportation. Should we have driving licenses? Should we have to have passports to travel to other people's countries? Should we live in a house? Should we be able to live roaming without a house? Should we be able to live in hotels? Should we be able to do? Should we? What are we allowed to do? And when you per se do something such as be part of the benefit system, live in social housing, live in a mortgage, blah, 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 how much pressure should be put on for you to pay your bills? When should you pay your bills? Should we pay bills? How should we pay bills? How should we exchange our time in service? How should we serve people? How should we collectively, as a community of people, come together to make sure that we as a community of people are living in an environment that's conducive to as many of those people that live in that community to coexist inside each other, to make sure that they work in peace, love, harmony, and prosperity for all? And is that a utopia world, or can it be achieved? And if we, per se, the people of Great Britain, which is sliding into January, good New Year's resolution, time to clear out a lot of shit with what's coming through with Donald Trump and America and his investigation into state kidnapping and child trafficking, blah, 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 blah. Should we then put a lid on the old and start completely fresh? And if we were starting as a complete set of people here in the UK, as one massive big tribe of everybody that already exists here, and those that want to settle here, those that want to leave here, those that want to be here, those that want to be part of being here, those that want to be part of collectively as a community putting things together to make sure that we work together for the things that we all basically need and want, and within our community and area, or coinciding in traveling and venturing through cultures and visiting places. Do you know what I mean? So that's basically my question. So if you have any questions, and I've never ever really asked this, so if you have any questions, please put them down in here and I'll waffle on and pick up ones that I think that I should find. And also now I'm just going to sort of update. One question that has come through is my stalker on Twitter, not on Twitter, on YouTube, which is something goddess. I can't remember her name now. Something goddess. She put out a comment to say, did you know that her children's, Aaron and Faith's father signed the adoption papers, therefore it's not a forced adoption, blah, 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 blah. Right, one, it's common knowledge. I've always said this. Parents are coerced into signing. Stephen was given false information presented to him. I was used DV against me, even though I didn't live with him. I hadn't seen him for 4 years, apart from a meeting that he attended with social services, then decided he didn't want to see the kids because of all the controls around it. And then, so I hadn't seen him. And he was asked to sign some paperwork to say that he wasn't fit for purpose to be involved in the case, or wanted to be involved, because he just thought it was another Kelly's social care meeting. So he signed, and I've always argued that that is not a correct option, the signing. And at the end of the day, even if the father signs and they take permission, it doesn't fucking care. I fucking didn't. I told them straight, you give me any pen, sign any paper, I'll stick it in your fucking back of your hand. As simple as that. This is against my will. This is fucking kidnap, and that's how it is, and simple as that. The other thing I think she said was, I owe lots of money to people. I do. I owe lots of money to the electricity company. I owe about 17 fucking hundred to the actual electricity company. I'm straight with water, Southern Water. I think I owe about 90 quid to Portsmouth Water. My rent, because my rent is my service charges and my gas thing, and they take it straight now from housing, is in arrears of about 1100, and that's because of all this stop-start with all my benefits and stuff. And then in the end, I think, fuck it, I'll just pay this month's, and I'll just build it up as a rent-free loan. Fuck it, I'll just pay extra now. So Lisa is the person behind it. So obviously I owe Lisa Bartle the rest of her money. I don't know how much that is now, 170 or something like that. She will be contacted along with every other debt. She's a if she wants to consider herself a debtor, therefore she'll be contacted along with everybody that sorts out all of the debts that I've got, as they'll be amalgamated from my bankruptcy, and she'll get fucking nothing. I know it's her because she sent me a comment to say she's going to take me on Rider and also mentioned this. So I have an email that corresponds with the information that she put on my Twitter. So it is her or a friend of hers that she's gossiping with, blah, 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 that's passing my information. The other thing is, are we aware of the runaway parents? Do we know whether they've been caught, or are they still in the press at the moment for kidnapping their child from foster care and running? Do we know what's going on with that yet from South Wales? It's totally irrelevant from forced adoption, but there's a big protest on the 31st of October to do with the pharmaceutical companies and the failure to disclose the treatment for cancer and the amount of deaths that that's caused. Obviously, it's homeless awareness time, so lots of street activities. I'm involved with I'm a pumpy in the community with all the backpacks, and obviously I may be going back to Basket Brigade with Robbins and stuff in the Yes group, because obviously I'm going to go next year, because I want to go and see the robot more than anything. I want to actually live go and speak to the robot. And if I can get myself in position, I'll be the one walking her on anyway. So it'd be really interesting. And obviously Russell Brand's going to be there as well as one of the royal entrepreneurs. And I want to see who this is going to turn out to be. So I think it'd be very interesting to be there back in my position prior to Aaron and Faith being taken, pitching, put the great back in Britain to all of the speakers and things, including Trump and all of those sort of people. So, yeah, interesting times. So anyway, let me just have a quick look, because it doesn't actually, I'm afraid to tell you, always tell me how many people are here. And sometimes, as soon as I shut down, it then gives me all the comments. So I can actually see that Amber's here, and I can see that Nicola is here, but I can see that there's 4 people here, but then it jumps to 12 and then it jumps back down. So, and I can't scroll down to see if there's any comments and things like that. So if you are here, if you have a question, then please ask. If not, I'm not actually going to be on long tonight, because I want to get my social media to the standard that it must be at. And Amber has now seen the standard that my social media should be at and has gone, oh shit, now I understand why she's pissed off. And also, not a lot of her is also her fault, because she's not a videographer. A lot of it is I need videography. I need to be able to film during the week, well, or even the weekends, and then upload, say, on a Sunday evening and have them all the videos out on my YouTube, and do it that way, and then use the social media in the way it should be. Because obviously CrackBook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, they're the main ones that I use. All have different functions. So all of your quotes and pictures and stuff are meant to be over on like Instagram for all your photographs, and then they go over shared onto your CrackBook, which go out to your Twitter, and then you use your business thing for all your LinkedIn and blah blah blah. So there's a very, very, very set way of running social media. But the good thing about, I absolutely love them. These kids fucking rock. They're absolutely mental. Sky and Ocean Brown, I love them. They're so doing sort of what it was that I was doing initially with Liam, Daniel and Aaron and Faith down at the skateboard parks and graffiti and scootering and, you know, swimming and water slides and all that sort of stuff. So I'm glad to see that it works, because Hannah Lay's turned out really beautiful, and so it definitely works. And obviously Jarek spent that sort of, he went more to school though, but he went to an elite school. So if they were going to learn in the pyramids, they took them to the pyramids. If they were going to do that, they took them there. So it was a bit different. But obviously Hannah Lay and Sky and Ocean and many other children now spend a lot of their time traveling around the world doing what they love. And there's a network of parents that are all coaches like us that have all been part of this Unstoppable Kids program. And Liam and Daniel were part of it as well. Liam went even further prior to Aaron and Faith being taken. In fact, actually, he just literally got back, and like just as it had happened. So he was with Knowledge for Action and stuff like that. And they're doing really, really well. So I feel really confident with Elijah and Shiloh to be able to now put this back. But it's going to be really difficult, because obviously my viewers are going to have to change. It's an audience at the end of the day. So I thought I would just form a tribe, and the tribe will come with me or they won't. People will break away, or people will stick with that tribe, and then we'll take it offline and get involved with activities and things and workshops, seminars, events, as and when I heal more than anything, because I can't commit further than in a minute. I'm going to make a phone call when I've gone off this, and seriously, I'm looking at a high chair that needs to be wiped down, and the other high chair that's on the floor, and they've taken their like outdoor jackets off, and the football, and the Hoover is upside down, where Shiloh has actually hoovered up his stuff from the high chair, but it's incomplete, and bikes are on the floor, and I've got clothes that need drying and no dry tokens, which is downstairs, and I can't go downstairs now because the boys are asleep anyway, even if I did have dry tokens. And then I've got their pile that's got to go away. All the toys are on the chair. Washing up hasn't been done. I've now run out of cream for my coffee, and I've really got to get lots of stuff done because I've got to go to London tomorrow to go and pick up. I've got to go to Hayes, so I'm in Hayes tomorrow. So I've got to go to Hayes to go and pick up all these like DJ equipment and speakers and all that sort of stuff, bring that back here. And I've got speakers and equipment to go and check out at Graham's, blah, blah, blah. I've got to go to Devon in 3 weeks to go and sort this inheritance out with Graham. And I've still got to get all of the mainframes in and work out where funding's up to, what website's been paid for, what's not, what infrastructures are in place, what not, blah, 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 and push this forward because I want to see if I can shoot this last bullet. And the good thing is it's been delayed, so that gives me more chance to build in all of the packs and stuff. And if Amber's got her pack yet from Parliament Week, which building, so well, Amber's running with this, and it's a really good idea, and I love it, and it's quite great because I can just take Shiloh down to the thing and maybe get a couple of ramps from the local place and just let him do what he does. So see how that goes, but that will be launched later. And obviously this is about taking back your heart, minds and souls, getting your own homes and lives in order. When you point a finger at somebody, you point 3 back at yourself. Not gossiping, ideal gossip, defamation, discrimination, misfeasance, malfeasance, and non-misfeasance in public office. And also, please go over to Jerry and have a look, because the solicitor is now wanting all the statements from people who've had children taken based on false information by social services. So they need all that. I'm going to run, my throat is not good tonight, so, and I really want to go and get shitloads done. I just saw down there it's 9:30, and I still can't scroll down on my little computer thing. So, yeah, but anyway, let me just double check with this a minute, because this is a Sun paper. Parent hunt missing mum and dad who snatched their baby from foster care and went on the run. I haven't seen it out on any of my pages yet, so I don't know if it's gone out, if people are aware what's going on, blah, 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 blah. But hopefully this is going to highlight the amount of children taken into foster care and bring a further platform now to talk about, you know, the effects of removal. And this has got to be about unlawful and unnecessary, and bring it back to that side, not what's going on in the really horrible side of it, but basic bog standard that people with physical conditions, people with mental health issues, people with, you know, learning difficulties or parent breakdowns, people going through separations or needing some form of help, are being failed to get the help that they deserve, and children are just being taken because of failure to budget. It's so simple, it's so easy. But anyway, I'm going to go and watch some videos before I go off. Yes, I need to catch up with the Epstein stuff, because I do believe that there's been another pressure group on it. I don't really know what's going on there, don't know. And there's a couple of other things that I want to check with Parliament, just to see what's going on now with Brexit. Is it going to be a countdown for the next 3 days and a celebration, or are we now delaying in January? You know, wouldn't it be nice for it to be New Year? It'd be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it? But obviously the fact that they are delaying is going to mean that Anonymous are going to come out hard and fast. I've spoken to Dean, and I've said to Dean, do you think that it's going to riot this year? He says, yes, it's going to riot. Yes, Black Bloc are going in. yes, there is going to be anarchist groups going in. So, but I would like, had we left, or if we leave, I would have liked then that to have been a celebration for Great Britain. But I think things are going to kick off for a bit. So hopefully I'm going to find a private rental out in the sticks for a bit, stay out the way while things go on. And hopefully New Year, maybe New Year will be a whole time for the people of Great Britain to all be on the same page, thinking about being great themselves. Do you know what I mean? Because if we exist in our true greatness, then what a world we would live in. Because if we're all great, then everybody's great. If we're all shit, then the world's shit. Do you know what I mean? So it really is up to us. It really is, you know, up to us as individuals. You can't rely on Boris Johnson to go and get all the weeds in everybody's garden. He can send lawnmowers in, he can employ people and pay people, but he can only have that if we, the people, put into a pot of money to be able to have community gardens and stuff done. And or we have to do it in a collective way of bartering. But money's quite a good way of doing it. I'm not a capitalist, but there has to be some form of exchange. Amber is not money, but she learns. Do you know what I mean? You should have seen that Amber before she first ever started, and now she's seen the standard that she needs to achieve. It probably won't take her very long anyway. And also running alongside with Parliament Week, she'll see a totally different standard in the way that they do it, which would have been just as simple for Step Up Britain. That's all that was needed in the same pack. Do you know what I mean? Just for it, that's how simple and easy this is. It's just all about branding, and it's all about positioning, and it's all about marketing. So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. So anyway, guys, hopefully, you've not got yours yet. In fact, I'll just show you quickly. So I've just found a load of bits of it on the floor. So I don't know. So basically, they'll send you this. It starts with you. And if you're a parent who's really good at protesting, this is a great way to do it, because you can do it under their banner and talk to people about the problems and challenges that affect you. So you basically get this. So this would have been I'm Stepping Up for Britain pack, and it's got his little mission on. So in the box, you have your little voting thing. So what you would say, so have your say. So you write on a piece of paper and put them into have yours say in here. And then you have a table banner, your voice, your vote, and all of that for Parliament Week. Have your say. It starts with you. And I've already opened these, but there was something like 50 badges in here for me. I think that was more than there was meant to have been, but there are. So there is a Parliament Week badge. Could you imagine if you all had these on and went into Parliament last year? Purple badge. And then there was a load of these with, oh, hang on. It starts with you. And then on the back, Parliament Week. So mine should have said Step Up Britain on the back, and I'm Stepping Up for Britain on the front. So I think there's about 7 of these. And then there's a booklet in here, Have Your Say, Parliament Week. It's actually really good. And basically they've gone through to Welcome to Parliament Week, and then what is UK Parliament, what is the House of Commons, what's the Houses of Lords, what's the main work that UK Parliament do, what is UK government, what does the democracy mean, what is the evolution, discuss what activities matter to you, take it further, activities for the youth. And then on here it's got like loads of little things. So reducing the voting age to UK general election to 16, tackle homelessness, everyone should have a safe place to live, put an end to knife crime, improve mental health services, make public transport free for under 18s, reduce single-use plastic and food bags. Then it's got youth debate articles and things in, what the debate circle is, what the 4 corners are, setting up your own debate chamber, how to get a debate into chamber, debate topics, hold an election, vote with your feet, ballot papers, and then questions, the big question challenge. So there's big things, this is for the youth and stuff. So, and then your campaign, and then you put your own campaign together, design your own campaign, create positive change, how they would create positive change. And then there's your UK week in your pocket. So just a little thing on keeping these in. So I learned something new about UK Parliament. I started a conversation about issues that are important to me, asked questions to find out more. I voted, my voice, my vote. I shared my knowledge with someone new. UK Parliament Week has inspired me too. And then there's a Q&A. So just things like what's a ballot box, a bill, the monarch, age laws, things like that. And then do you remember one of them old things that you used to do that with and open? There's one of them there that they can write on themselves, and then it starts with you. And then obviously that's just my delivery note from the House of Commons. So if you haven't got yours yet, get them, because it's a great way of you getting out there, talking about your own situation, but in a more civilized way of doing so and not being moved in the same way. I'm going to hang out here and putting up some of my stuff as well, and actually getting out over the town hall with Shiloh if this thing comes together. Depends on how things move forward and what the weather's like and all that sort of stuff. So, but I'm going to be online anyway, and Step Up Britain's going to be online with the whole It Starts With You campaign and coaching to put you first. So hopefully you'll grab one of them packs from Parliament. And I really wish I'd had all mine done. You've had your hoodies, your t-shirts, you know, all of the memorabilia with I'm stepping up and all that sort of stuff. So, but obviously shit happens and it's not been done. So hopefully it does, because it's important for you guys, really, because you all should have the opportunity to be the best versions of yourself. You know, if you've been denied that because your parents didn't know how to teach you the skills, or your school didn't, or you've gone through some form of trauma that you don't quite know how to unravel and deal with, that it's got you stuck, then why shouldn't you move forward? Why shouldn't you have an opportunity? Just because people like me that are coaches charge such a fucking astronomical amount of money, but Success Resources has really put the price down to make it more available for people to go along and learn this information. It used to be like thousands to go to these events. They're knocking it down to like £59 or something like that. I can't remember at the moment. I haven't looked at my links for a while, so but I'll put it down there anyway for you to have a look. Funny enough, Amber, I'm picking up a printer tomorrow. Same, I can't send it to fucking Trinidad. I've got a printer here from Freecycle I'm picking up tomorrow. So I'm going to be heading off to London for getting there for 1:30. So as soon as the boys are car ready, I'll be setting off. So I can't get this place straight. So I shall catch you all later. But I still can't press my little button. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being either a stalker or part of the tribe. So you're either here to help or hinder, or to receive help, or I can't really see how anything that I say really hinders you. And trolls, do you know what? I just haven't even bothered. It just doesn't bother me. I haven't had a chance to respond, but that is my response. I'm sure she watches, or she has her little minions watching and serving back to her. Did you hear what she said? Well, I'm responding to the account on my Twitter, which, yes, 100% is either a crony and a minion of Lisa, or Lisa Bartle herself, because she's emailed with exactly the same information. Actually, anyway, Dave Simpson is just coming on. So Dave Simpson, I'm going to send over some information, because I'm shooting off now. So I have a feeling it's you that needs it. So anyway, guys, I shall catch you later. And I will maybe see you tomorrow day. I don't know. It might be about 10 o'clock in the morning if I do. So see you tomorrow at 10. Bye.